This video will absolutely empower you to learn piano way faster than I did if you apply these 4 principles that I'm going to show you. I've played piano for over 30 years, and this is what I would do if I could do it all over again. So please learn from my mistakes. The first thing is to learn to improvise. My first time traveling to France many years ago, in addition to the chocolate croissants and amazing wine, I was pleasantly surprised to see that most train stations in France had a piano available for anyone to play. I remember sitting down to play at the train station in Nice, and my mind seemed to just freeze. I couldn't think of any song to play. But I also wasn't familiar with the concept of improvisation yet, which is the ability to just play and make up music on the spot. Knowing just a few improvisation techniques can allow you to play beautiful music for literally hours without sounding repetitive at all. I was back in France a few years later, and the moment I saw a piano in the Paris train station this time, I knew that even if I couldn't think of a song to play like last time, I could still play something I was proud of because this time I knew how to improvise. And I played for over 20 minutes as people started to gather and watch until my train was ready to board. You will literally never run out of fun things to play if you learn the basics of improvisation on the piano. And really getting good at improvising requires you to actually understand how music works and not just parrot notes back on some sheet music. And so the next thing is to always try to understand the why behind what you're doing. So you're not just trying to memorize everything, but instead you're actually understanding how music works and can easily apply concepts from one song to another. For my first 12 years of playing piano, I never asked why. I just tried to do every single thing that my piano teacher told me. And sure, that allowed me to be able to play a couple of impressive songs, but I was just a robot playing something that I had memorized. I didn't understand why some songs had black notes while others didn't and just had the white notes. I couldn't play songs in another key or understand why I'd ever want to. I didn't even understand why scales are so important, and I just assumed that drilling them over and over and over again is just how you learn piano. Not asking why really got me in trouble when I tried jamming with some friends for the first time. The guitar player told me that we'd be in the key of G major with a 1-3-6-4 progression, and I just stared at him blankly because not only did it sound like he was speaking a foreign language, but I was confused why he wasn't just handing out some sheet music for me to start memorizing. I had taken piano lessons for 12 years at that point, and this guy, who had been teaching himself guitar for less than a year, could play music better than me because he was much better at asking why. My third piece of advice has to do with practice. What I've found is that short bursts are more effective than these long drawn-out sessions. For example, if you set a goal to practice, say, for 45 minutes a day, try breaking that up into 15-minute sessions throughout the day. Your brain really goes to work even when you're not practicing, and you'll find that you're actually better at the very beginning of your next practice session than you were at the end of your previous one. There's been so many times that I've gotten stuck with something on the piano and started to get frustrated that I wasn't sounding right or I couldn't do it, but I walk away for several hours or overnight, and when I get back to it the next time, I'm able to actually do the thing that had me stuck before. And my last tip is to compare yourself to you yesterday and not someone else today. There are some truly world-class pianists out there, most of which have an insane natural ability, and that is totally not me. Music doesn't come easy for me, and I wasn't born with some natural music ability. So if I constantly compare myself to others, it's easy to get discouraged and give up. But instead, by focusing on my own progress and just making sure that I'm getting slightly better each day, that's how you see real results over the long term. Your time is valuable, so consider these 4 things as you go about learning to play so you don't waste years like I did. So a quick recap: learn to improvise, always ask why, practice in short bursts, and compare yourself to you and not others. We have other videos on this channel on all of these topics, but I'd suggest you start by getting an answer to a lot of your whys and understand how music actually works in easy to understand language in this music theory video right here. In this video, I'll explain to you exactly how music works in terms that everyone can understand, so you can progress faster on the piano, learn more songs, and get better at the songs you've already learned. So I'll see you over there in that next video.